Hi friends, welcome back to the third video on spin selling technique. In the first video on spin, we saw that it is important that we display a lot of seeking behavior as against giving behavior in our calls, and the importance of making customer talk more than the salesman in order to be effective salespeople. The second video, we looked at the whole method of spin. It's 4 types of sequential questions that you ask in order to help the customer talk better and understand, move him from an implied need to an explicit need. And then we looked at also how to ask situation questions. They are general questions which need to be asked after a lot of preparation, and it should be questions that only the customer can answer. If you can get that information or data from somewhere else, then you can very well avoid asking those questions. And if you are able to ask a relevant situation question, it just helps get the customer's attention towards you, and then he's not distracted and probably be able to interact better with you. The next set of questions are called the problem questions. So today this video is on problem questions. Problem questions are about finding problems, difficulties or dissatisfaction that the customer is experiencing today with his current use of things or products that he's using or services that he's using. Examples are how less or more satisfied you are with currently managing your business, managing a treatment, managing a particular service. Currently, whatever you're using, how happy are you with managing these questions? So those become questions that are targeting at looking at certain dissatisfaction, and your ability to identify certain dimensions, certain areas where the customer is not satisfied is something that is very critical. So it's like knocking and checking whether there is something that the customer is looking for, whether there is some dissatisfaction, there is some problem, there is some difficulty that an individual is facing today while doing things, and you are probably offering a solution or a product that is important. Now what you need to understand is spin selling technique in Me Too products. If you got nothing major differentiated to approach, then these approaches don't work. But when you're launching a new product, when you're launching a differentiated product, when you have certain USPs over the other products that are available in the market, if you go and directly push the product, the value of that product goes down. But if you are able to do some situation context building and then able to identify a shortcoming or a problem, and the customer is able to give you that problem, hear it from the horse's mouth, as you say, if you are able to do that, then very high chance that you'll be able to sell the product far better to a customer. So problem questions are a place where you are making the customer agree that there's a need for the product that you've bought in. So don't go right telling the customer that, sir, you may be facing this problem or you are having this issue and I've got a solution. You need to ask that out of these smart questions known as problem questions that you'll ask. If you're well prepared and you understand what would be the probable shortcomings in the market that are there, and if you ask series of these questions, some of the questions the customer will agree with you, thereby exposing what is known as the implied need. There is a need. Today he is able to manage, he is not able to focus on that as much. That may not be at the top of his mind, but he recognizes these shortcomings and this lacuna in the existing way of doing things or existing way of managing the products and services. So once you are able to identify what is the customer agrees to the problem, you can then move on, because the whole objective of asking problem questions is to identify the implicit need. If you are able to expose an implicit need, you have successfully asked problem questions. They are more important than the situation questions. They require a lot of sharpness and your understanding of the whole market, of the whole mindset, of the whole existing product range and the lacunas that are there inside, and thereby your ability to tap subtly and get the customer agreeing or exposing an implicit need is a critical dimension of asking problem questions. What are the problem questions examples? I'm giving you these examples. You can ask questions like, how effective have your current marketing efforts been in driving new customers and additional sales? How do you decide which marketing initiatives are effective and which are a waste of time? How much money or resource does your organization currently spend on executing marketing campaigns or managing executive fulfillment or this campaign. So, you know, if I'm talking in the pharma context, you'll say, sir, currently what is the success rate that you're getting? Do you have, you know, certain special populations where you are not able to use a product? Is safety a concern? Is cost a concern? Where probably the product that you're bringing in that has a higher safety, a higher cost constraint. These are the factors that you need to take into account. So asking smart problem questions is a very, very important aspect. Many salespeople make a mistake of, instead of asking these problem questions, they directly tell the customer that, you know, you may be facing these problems. So if you, the impact of exposing the implicit need goes lower if you suggest it directly. But if you are able to ask the right questions and make the customer speak out the implied need, then you will be very successful in positioning and selling the product in the future. So this is the second question. We've moved from situation questions, which are establishing context, to asking problem questions which expose implied need. Keep watching my series. We will talk about implication questions and need payoff questions in my subsequent videos. Till then, thank you for watching. God bless.